Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and enjoy this fanfic part 2. Now let's start the fanfic. Mom, Dad, what are you doing here? She managed to ask. Ino was more than surprised to see her parents standing there. They were actually the last people that she had expected to see. What in the hell were they doing here anyway? You remember, dear, we were supposed to have dinner here tonight. Oh shit. Ino mentally cursed. Well, are you inviting us in or what? Inoichi questioned. Yeah, sure, come in. Ino's mother took one look at her daughter's robe. Obviously, she had not been in the kitchen at all. Ino's mother now had a smile on her face. Her daughter had to be up to something. I think we might have interrupted something, dear, her mother whispered to her father. Mr. Yamanaka nodded. The older married couple sat down at the kitchen table. Ino-chan, you didn't even start dinner yet, did you? Her mother asked knowingly. A blush of embarrassment covered the blonde's face. Well, I sort of forgot that you guys were coming over. Mrs. Yamanaka stood up and started for the kitchen. She had a feeling that something like this would happen. She had always criticized her daughter's wifely skills. Luckily for you, dear, I always come prepared. I'll cook us all up something. Is Naruto-kun around? Yes, Ino-chan, where is that husband of yours? I haven't seen him in a while. Inoichi said to his daughter. Before Ino could answer her parents, Naruto emerged from their bedroom. He entered the room. He was wearing nothing but his boxers. He stretched his arms and yawned. Oh, my. Mrs. Yamanaka spoke as she saw her shirtless son-in-law. Naruto, it's not that we aren't happy to see you, son. But, would you mind putting a shirt on? Naruto's eyes popped open and he noticed Ino's parents were over. And, here he was without a shirt of any kind. Talk about embarrassing. Oh, sorry Mrs. Yamanaka. I'll be right back. Ino smiled for her parents, then followed behind him. She was actually grateful that her mother volunteered to cook dinner. She was really not up to cooking tonight. Hey, I'm sorry about my parents. I completely forgot that they were coming over. That's okay. He nodded, throwing a t-shirt over his body. What's going on though? They're here for dinner. Mom volunteered to cook, since I forgot. A smile exploded onto Naruto's face. Mrs. Yamanaka may have been outspoken and a little pushy. But damn, could that woman cook. Alright, your mom's cooking. Looks like we'll be eating good tonight, huh, Ino-chan? Ino looked completely offended at his comment. She placed her hand to her hip, staring at him with a deadly glare. If looks could kill, he would be dead already. Are you saying that we don't eat well when I cook? Hey. He laughed. It's not that you can't cook, Ino-chan. It's just that your mom's cooking is. I know, don't worry, my mother's cooking is amazing. I can barely hold a candle to her. Naruto heard the almost sad tone in her voice. He came up behind her, wrapping his arms around her waist. He gently pecked her cheek. Oh come on, Ino-chan. I'd eat your cooking no matter what, you know that. Yeah, well, let's get back out there. The longer we take, the more ideas will pop into my mother's head. You know how she is. Yeah, I know. The married couple walked out into the living room, to see her mother in the kitchen attempting to cook. But, she was now in a passionate lip lock with Inoichi. Mother, Dad, you two should really kiss somewhere else. Oh, sorry Ino-chan. But there is nothing wrong with showing your husband that you love him. Ino rolled her eyes, deciding not to comment. She didn't want to get her mother started on one of her spirited talks, about keeping things fresh in the relationship. Yeah, Naruto nodded. I'm with you, Mrs. Yamanaka. He agreed. But I'm sure that Ino-chan takes very good care of you. Naruto put his hand to her chin, and appeared to be in deep thought. Well, I guess so. Ino-chan, I thought that I told you that you. Mother. Ino exclaimed. Please, not now. Why don't we just not talk about any of that? Fine. Mrs. Yamanaka sighed. I should get dinner started, otherwise we won't be eating. Gee, Mom, have a little faith in me. I would have eventually gotten dinner started. I just forgot that you guys were coming over. Before long, the older blonde-haired woman had a complete meal on the table. Naruto took his chopsticks and immediately started for the food. A tear slowly came down his eye. This was probably some of the best food he ever had. Second best to ramen, of course. Naruto-kun, is there something wrong? Ino's mother wondered. No, it's just that your cooking is amazing. I haven't had it in so long. I almost forgot how good it was. He complimented her. She smiled at her son-in-law. My, you're acting as if you haven't eaten in weeks. Ino-chan, do you not feed him? Of course I feed him, Mom. Yeah, she cooks. Don't worry, Mrs. Yamanaka. It's all good. Well, that's definitely good to know. We certainly don't want you to be unhealthy. You need to keep up your stamina, if you know what I mean. Ino dropped her chopsticks. She held her mouth open in disgust. She was trying to eat dinner. She didn't need this right now. Mom, Dad, please make her stop. Inoichi shrugged his shoulders. He was of course more than used to his wife's behavior. She was, and had always been, very outspoken. It was as if the woman couldn't control her words, even if she wanted to. Ino-chan, you know how your mother is. Yeah, but it's still irritating. Mom, can we just have one normal evening without you going off subject? Ino-koi, calm down. Naruto spoke, placing his hand onto her shoulder. He knew that no matter what, he had to try to keep the platinum blonde calm. Yes, Ino dear, listen to Naruto-kun. There's really no reason to get so bent out of shape. Fine. She sighed. Let's just eat. That's a good idea, dear. You need to eat more. You're so thin as it is. You aren't still on that whole diet phase, are you? No, mother. That's great. I'm glad that you finally let that bad habit go. You could actually stand to gain a few pounds. Ino said nothing. Instead, she grabbed her glass and drank down her water. A part of her wished more than anything that this could be sake instead. Where the hell is my sake when I need it? Ino rose from her seat and headed into the kitchen. She started to look around for the bottles that she knew she had bought a few days ago. Mrs. Yamanaka raised an eyebrow to her daughter. Are you looking for something, dear? She wondered. Yeah, I was looking for my sake. You can't have good food without drinks. She spoke with a smile. Oh, that. I threw out your sake. As soon as her mother spoke those words, Ino paused. Her eyes turned white, and she looked like she was going to pass out. She couldn't believe her ears. There was no way in hell that she had just heard those words. Maybe she was dreaming or something. Her mother had to be kidding. You did what? Naruto looked panicked. Ino was about to explode. He turned to look at his mother-in-law. Mrs. Yamanaka, you're going to get us all killed. Do you want us to die? Ino-chan is. Don't worry so much, Naruto-kun. Ino dear, you need to break that awful habit of drinking too much sake. But Mom, she whined. No buts, dear. Think of my future grandchildren. Whenever you and Naruto-kun decide to get busy on that. Oh, here we go again. You won't be happy until I'm knocked up and popping babies out left and right. Mrs. Yamanaka looked at her daughter with an almost hurt expression. She looked as if she wanted to start crying. Mrs. Yamanaka bit down on her bottom lip, trying to keep herself from shaking. Oh, Ino started. Mom, please don't cry. Ino-chan, I only want what's best for you. I'm sorry if you think that I'm nagging. But, she paused. Never mind. Damn it. Ino cursed. I'm out of here. I can't take this right now. The platinum blonde walked off, making her way back to the bedroom. Naruto flinched when he heard the door slam shut. He rose from his seat, so that he could go after her. I better go see if she's okay. No, Naruto-kun, it's alright. I should go see if she's okay. Alright. The blonde male nodded. Only he wasn't sure if she was the person that Ino wanted to see right now. Damn, I hope that everything will be okay. Ino was sitting on the bed just thinking about her mother's display. Why did she have to pour on the tears and react that way? She always knows how to make me feel guilty. When there was a knock at the door, Ino looked up. What? Ino questioned. Ino-chan, I'm coming in, alright. Whatever. She sighed. Mrs. Yamanaka came into the room. Shishi stood there for a moment, before sitting down on the bed besides her daughter. All right, dear. I suppose that we need to talk. We don't really have anything to talk about, Mom. Listen, I know sometimes I can get a little carried away. But I do love you, and I truly want what's best for you. Ino nodded in understanding. She was aware that her mother loved her. It wasn't that she didn't appreciate the fact that she had an attentive mother. Someone who took a clear interest in her life. She just wished that maybe her mom could tone things down a little. Mom, I know that you only want me to be happy. I appreciate it really. I know, but you just want me to ease up a little, right? Just a little. Mrs. Yamanaka smiled and put her hand to her daughter's head. I'm your mother. It's my job to meddle in your life every now and then. Yeah, but not all the time. Ino thought. She didn't bother to respond to her mother. She figured that she would avoid another confrontation. Ino-chan, since we're on the subject. When do you and Naruto-kun plan to give me some grandchildren? Oh boy. Ino sighed. Meanwhile, Naruto and Inoichi sat at the table, waiting for their wives to come back. So, what do you think they're talking about? Naruto asked his father-in-law. I'm sure that they are just apologizing to each other, and having this whole big ordeal. But, I'm sure that everything will be alright. Naruto hoped that Inoichi was right about that. I suppose that they are always like this, because Ino-chan and her mother are so much alike. They are both outspoken, passionate individuals. Yeah, tell me about it. Naruto agreed. Inoichi chuckled lightly. But I'm sure that you and Ino-chan get along very well, am I right, son? Sure, Mr. Yamanaka. We get along great. Son, if there's something going on, you can tell me. We can have a friendly man-to-man talk. Naruto swallowed the lump in his throat. He wasn't nearly as afraid of his father-in-law as he used to be. But there was still the fear that would sometimes show itself. Inoichi was known to be very intimidating when he wanted to be. Naruto knew that he definitely didn't want to piss him off. Excuse me. He rose from his seat and ran to the room where his wife and mother-in-law were in conversation. He didn't wait another moment and came into the room. Ino-chan, are you finished in here? Come back out and save me from talking to your father. What's wrong, Naruto? Ino asked her husband. I don't know. I think he might want to secretly kill me or something. Mrs. Yamanaka put her hand to her son-in-law's shoulder. She could understand Naruto's concern. Don't worry, Naruto-kun. Inoichi doesn't want to kill you, he likes you. Naruto shook his head in disbelief. Inoichi was one scary as hell guy. He could never forget the day when Mr. Yamanaka found out that he and Ino were dating. Flashback. Naruto anxiously tapped his foot on the ground. He was nervous and sweating up a storm. Ino stood next to him. She could feel his uneasiness. In truth, it was starting to make her nervous as well. Naruto, calm down. But Ino-chan, your father is crazy. He might kill me or something once he finds out. Ino quickly pecked her boyfriend's cheek in an effort to calm him down. Naruto's face flushed red. Just calm down. Daddy won't kill you. Oh, and by the way, he can sense your fear. So be brave, okay, baby? She warned him. What? I'll make it up to you later, I promise. Naruto now had a goofy grin on his face. He really liked the sound of that. Oh yeah, there was going to be some fun had tonight. Okay, Ino-chan. And you can start by. Before Naruto could finish his sentence, Inoichi and his wife came to the door. Shit. Naruto thought. Oh, hello, Naruto-kun. Did you walk Ino-chan home again? Yeah. Mom, Daddy. Can Naruto come in? There's something that we need to tell you. Something that you need to tell us. Inoichi repeated. Ino-chan, you aren't in any trouble, are you? He then looked suspiciously to the young man standing next to her. No, Daddy. Ino smiled. Come on, Naruto, let's go in now. The four of them were soon seated at the table in the dining area. Naruto could feel the intense gaze of Mr. Yamanaka. He gulped. This is scary. So, Naruto-kun, Ino. What do you have to tell us? Her mother asked. Well, Daddy, Mom. Naruto looked around in a nervous type of manner. Inoichi stood up pointing to him. Naruto, why are you nervous, son? You haven't done anything suspicious, have you? Huh? No, Yamanaka-san. Why Naruto, you're all sweaty. It is a bit hot in here. Maybe, you should remove your jacket. Ino's mother spoke. Huh? Naruto seemed confused. Ino on the other hand looked taken aback. Was it her? Or was her mother flirting with her boyfriend? Mom, stop flirting with him. You're too old for this. Old. She looked offended. I am not old. Yeah, too old to be flirting with my boyfriend. Ino told her mom. Boyfriend. Inoichi exploded. Naruto smiled nervously up at the older man. Naruto. Yes, sir. You had better not have violated my daughter in any way. She is a delicate, innocent. She wasn't so innocent last night. Naruto thought to himself. A small smile rose to his face, as he thought about the events of last night. He wasn't completely sure how it happened. But at the end of the night someone was screaming out. Oh God, Naruto, make me come. Inoichi stopped his rant when he noticed the look on Naruto's face. Aha, even now you are probably thinking impure thought about my princess. Huh? What? No sir. He lied. Unfortunately the hard-on in his pants was starting to say otherwise. Oh shit, not right now. This was probably the absolute worst thing that could happen right now. Cammy, if you get me out of this, I'll stay away from ramen for a week. He paused. Nah, I can't do that. I'm screwed. Now dear please calm down. Naruto-kun doesn't think thoughts like that about Ino-chan, right? Yes ma'am, that's right. That's right mom, daddy. Naruto and I are waiting for marriage. Naruto sat amazed. How could Ino lie with such a straight face? It was truly a gift. Damn, Ino's good. Marriage. What's this talk about marriage? You aren't pregnant, are you, Ino-chan? I'll kill you, Uzumaki, if she is. I'll rip your balls off and grind them into dust. I'll make it so that you can never take a piss straight again. Naruto swallowed hard. He knew that he would hate having Inoichi as a father-in-law. Daddy, I'm not pregnant. Please calm down. Ino asked. Fine. Inoichi sighed. Just remember what I said, Naruto. Yes, sir. He nodded weakly. My poor balls. He thought sadly. End of flashback. Ino walked over to her husband. She could see that he was upset. She gently kissed his cheek. Don't worry, sweetie. My dad doesn't want to kill you. Okay, Ino-chan. Now this is very weird. I shouldn't be here with the two of you, right now. After all, this is where the magic happens, right? Mrs. Yamanaka winked. Both Naruto and his wife shuddered at that moment. Leave it to Mrs. Yamanaka to ruin the moment. Mom, please. Yeah, I know. Come on, let's go finish having dinner. It was hard, but dinner was finished on a quiet note. Ino knew that her mother most likely wanted to say something. She thanked God for the silence. Dinner was great, Mrs. Yamanaka. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Mom, Dad, it's pretty late. You guys can probably stay in the guest room. Yeah, Naruto agreed. That sounds good. We'll take you up on that offer. After the dishes were washed and put away, Naruto grabbed a quick shower, and waited for Ino to come to bed. He laid there with his hands behind his head. Damn, dinner was amazing. That woman can sure as hell cook. Good night, Ino-chan. Tell Naruto I said good night too. I will. Good night, Mom. Ino opened the door to the room. She saw the form of her shirtless husband lying there. A small blush rose to her cheeks. She could never get tired of that sight. If I could make it so he would stay shirtless, she paused. No, then my mother would probably flirt with him more or something. Ino sat down on the bed. She wrapped her arms around his waist, and kissed his cheek. Are you sleeping, baby? No, I'm still awake. He replied. This morning was fun. You really wore me out. She laughed. Naruto smiled as well. Yeah, it was pretty fun, Ino-chan. I'm glad that you could keep up with me. He teased. She kissed his cheek again. Shut up. She laughed with clear amusement. Good night. Night, Ino-chan. The platinum blonde turned around, closing her eyes. It was such a peaceful, quiet night. There really was no excuse for why she couldn't get to sleep. Unfortunately, her peace did not last long. Ooh, Inoichi-kun. You are so good to me. She heard a moan. Instantly, two pairs of blue eyes opened. Ino sat up, feeling the sudden urge to vomit. Oh no, she whispered. They aren't. Harder, honey. Make me scream, make my toes curl. I want it to feel so good that my eyes roll back in my head. Naruto sat up too. He definitely wouldn't be getting any sleep tonight. Hi, Ino-chan, I think they are. Oh, that's it. She'll pay for this. She's probably doing this on purpose. Ino sighed. When the moans and shouting got louder, she placed a pillow over her head. Looks like we won't be getting any sleep tonight, Naruto. I'm sorry. I really didn't think that this would happen, she admitted. Naruto then pulled her towards him. He sent his lips crashing down on hers. It took her by surprise. Ino moaned into his mouth. Their tongues wrestled for a few precious moments. He placed his hands to her cheek, stroking it gently. He soon pulled away from her. They were now staring into each other's eyes. Naruto. Well, he grinned. We'll just have to make our own noise then, get it? Oh hell yeah, she nodded eagerly. Baby, you are a genius. Huh, Naruto thought. Never mind. But it's so hot to see you thinking, you're so hot right now. Ino grinned seductively. She leaned over, pulling him into a soft, passionate kiss. Ino's hands wandered all over his hard, chiseled chest. She gently traced his skin with her fingertips, making soft circles. He let out a groan in her mouth. She soon broke the kiss and started for his neck. She licked around his jawline, placing soft, sensual kisses there. Ino, he breathed. The young man reached over, removing her white tank top. He slowly pulled down the straps. He stopped her from kissing his neck by turning her around. He wrapped his arms around her waist. Naruto, she wondered. What are you? She was cut off as he began eating the skin between her neck and shoulder. He ate hungrily on the smooth flesh. With one hand he unclipped her bra, releasing her S from their shielded prison. Due to their position, she could feel his hardened member pushed up against her back. Ino let out a muffled moan upon feeling him. She almost couldn't wait to have all of that deep inside of her. Naruto turned her face back so she could face him. He pressed his lips to hers. His one arm wrapped around her waist securely. So with the other hand, he began to massage her. Naruto grasped his hand around the left one, gently squeezing the nipple in between his fingers. His other hand toyed with her panty line. His fingers found their way into her panties. He immediately felt the moistness of her purple underwear. Wow, Ino-chan, so wet already. He entered a finger inside of her warmth. Naruto. She moaned. He explored her innermost regions with his fingers. He pumped them in harder, causing her to thrash about in pure ecstasy. He held her tighter to keep her from moving around so much. Calm down, Ino-koi. I haven't even made you come just yet. I want to. You want to what? He whispered in a husky voice. She closed her eyes, another light moan escaping her. I want to come, Naruto. Make me come. Okay, babe. He took her other in his hand, and began to work her nipples. Playing with it until it was hard like the other one. Before she could even blink, he had her laying down on the bed. He finished removing her underwear, throwing it to the side. He didn't need that little piece of clothing in the way. She was now completely in front of him. No fair, baby. She smirked. How come I'm the only one that's... Oh, yeah, forgive me, Ino-chan. Ino put her hand to his boxers, immediately pulling them down. She released his hardened from its shielded prison. There Naruto was, in all of his glory. She definitely would never get tired of seeing this sight. Damn, baby, look at how hard you are. You're just standing at attention for me, aren't you? Yeah, you know, just looking at you can get me like this. He took the time to admire his wife's beautiful physique, everything from her gorgeous full S, to her well-toned stomach, and soft creamy legs. To him she was the definition of perfection. Goddamn, you are so beautiful, Ino-chan. She had no time to respond because he had lowered himself down to her womanhood. He spread apart the soft pink with his hands. Naruto admired her for a few precious moments, before entering his tongue into her. He flicked his tongue in and out and in. Naruto began to gently nibble on her. He knew that it was something that would always get to her. Naruto! She shouted. The blue-eyed female squirmed underneath his touch. He held on to her waist, pulling her closer to him. Naruto only shoved his tongue in deeper, only this time he added a finger. He stroked her, playing with her innermost walls. Ino wrapped her legs around his broad shoulders, holding him in place, while he continued his oral love-making. His tongue gently brushed up against her spot. The spot that always made her come without fail. "Oh Kami, baby!" She screamed. His movements went harder and faster. The blonde woman shouted out loudly while coming to her release. Naruto. Yeah babe. You have the most. She breathed. Amazing tongue in the whole goddamn world. I know. He grinned. Naruto pulled her into another sensual, soft kiss. I love you so much Ino-chan. But, now it's time to really make you scream. Naruto smiled down at her before entering his thick length inside of her womanhood. Naruto. He stayed still for a moment, enjoying the feeling of her warm pink clasped around his. It felt so good, he could barely think straight. Naruto, don't torture me like this. Please move, you're driving me crazy. Okay then, Ino-chan. He spoke as he started to finally move. I wouldn't want to drive my princess crazy. With his mouth he planted soft kisses all over her neck and shoulders. He moved inside of her, at a slow steady pace. He reached down fondling her ass, while continuing to thrust. Ino felt like she was in heaven. Had she died and gone there? They had twice in one day, she almost couldn't believe her good fortune. Damn, I'm one lucky bitch. She thought. She went to yell, only he caught her lips in another kiss. She moaned into his mouth, arching her back. This only caused her to push herself into him more. Naruto me. Harder. I want you so much. She screamed. He nodded eagerly, and slammed his thick manhood into her womanhood. His thrusts only becoming deeper, harder, and rougher. She bucked her hips to meet each one of her husband's mighty thrusts. Ino wrapped her arms around shoulders bringing him closer to her. Naruto. Oh, Ino-chan. He called out to her, throwing her leg around his waist. He slammed into her again. Ino moaned out loud. I love you. Make me come. He ed furiously on her nipple. With his other hand he played with the other nipple. It's okay Ino-chan. I want you to come. Don't hold back. Come on. He urged her. Oh. She shouted. Ino closed her eyes again. This time she was unable to hold back. The young woman finally came to her much-needed release. Naruto groaned as he followed sweet coming to his much-needed release. He pulled out of her spilling his fluids all over the place. The thick white seed shooting out in heavy, full loops. Ino sat amazed at this display. He obviously had been holding back big time. Damn, baby you were really holding back. You got me, and yourself so sticky. We better go get a shower, nay Naruto-kun. He caught the lustful look in his wife's aqua-colored eyes. Okay Ino-chan. He laughed. Let's go get that shower. Meanwhile in the guest room, Ino's parents sat wide-eyed. Inoichi looked horrified, and his wife seemed obviously pleased. What did he do to my daughter? Inoichi-kun, they were simply having fun. I'm glad that they did. Inoichi stared at his wife with an raised eyebrow. He had to have such an overly UAL wife. And judging by the sounds coming from his daughter's bedroom, Ino had taken after her mother. My poor daughter. He thought. If Ino-chan isn't pregnant after that, she grinned. Then I don't know what's wrong with those two. Ino stood in the doorway of the guest room. She shuddered, while her mind immediately went to what happened here last night. She couldn't believe the nerve of her parents. For them to do that in her house, it was so uncalled for. It was completely and totally unnecessary. Damn, what a shame. Ino whispered. What's a shame Ino-chan? Naruto wondered. It's a shame that we have to disinfect these sheets, and then set fire to this room. Naruto laughed. He ran his fingers through his wife's platinum blonde locks. He wasn't the least bit surprised by her words. Truthfully, he would have probably done the same thing. You don't have to do that, Ino-chan. Ino raised an eyebrow to him. Was he being serious right now? Did he not hear the horrible acts that went on last night? No one should ever have to sleep here again. This room needed to be cleaned from top to bottom. Then they needed to set the place on fire. From there they could build a new, better room. A room that her parents hadn't defiled with their unholy actions. What? Are you serious? You heard what happened here last night? Yeah, about that. Earlier that morning, Naruto entered the room to see his mother-in-law cooking breakfast. It was a good thing too, he was starving out of his mind. He could totally go for whatever she was making. Oh, hey Mrs. Yamanaka. Good morning Naruto-kun. She smiled cheerfully. Naruto wasn't surprised to find her this cheerful. After the events of the previous night, she had to be one happy as hell woman. Then again, it was her absolute favorite topic. Seemed to be the woman's top priority. If she wasn't thinking about it, she was talking about it, or possibly doing it. Is Ino-chan up? She soon asked. No, she's still sleeping. The older blonde laughed. Too tired from last night, I suppose. Naruto wondered and sat down at the kitchen table. I heard you two going at it like animals last night. Oh, a blush rose to Naruto's face. Well, don't apologize Naruto-kun. It's perfectly natural, she is your wife. Naruto didn't say anything for a moment. Was this woman serious? If memory served him, he and Ino weren't the only ones busy last night. Mrs. Yamanaka. No offense but, you were kind of busy last night too. She laughed. Boy, did he have a big surprise coming his way. Oh, that. Well Inoichi-kun and I weren't really doing anything. I just did that to tick Ino-chan off a little. Naruto stared up at her with wide eyes. His mouth wide open, as he could form no words. Ino's mother laughed once more. Now eat up, before your breakfast gets cold. Naruto finished telling his wife the story. Ino stood there for a moment. It was silent. She then looked up, with flames in her eyes. Mother, she screamed. I knew it. I knew that she would pull some shit like this. I'm going to go have a talk with her right now. Ino stormed out of the house with Naruto following after her. He probably shouldn't have told her about that conversation. Because, now she was mad as hell. Ino was out for blood at this moment. Someone was going to pay. Shit. I shouldn't have said anything. Ino-chan wait up. No way. Naruto you are going to have to visit me in jail. Because there will be a murder. Naruto paused as those words hit his ears. She wasn't really serious was she? He wasn't too keen on the idea of visiting his wife in jail. For one thing, would there be conjugal visits? I mean, they would still be able to have right. Despite her being in jail. Ino-chan please calm down. You aren't going to really kill your mother are you? Hell yeah, she nodded. I was seriously going to burn those sheets. Do you have any idea the horrible thoughts I had in my head? I might have been traumatized for life, or something. Yeah I know. I had those same thoughts. He agreed. Well, then what the hell are we waiting for? Let's go. Naruto sighed, and followed after his very pissed off wife. All hell was clearly about to break loose. When they got to her parents' house, they were immediately greeted by the smiling face of her mother. Naruto wondered why she was smiling right now. Was it possible that she had just had for real this time? Oh well, at least she could die a happy woman. Oh, hello Ino-chan, Naruto-kun. What brings you by? That was a good idea, Mrs. Yamanaka, continued to play innocent. Go ahead and pretend that you had no idea what was going on. That should possibly buy you some time. Don't you dare. Hey Ino-chan me. I know all about your trick you played last night. Mom, what the hell? Are you that insane? Mrs. Yamanaka only sighed. She then had Ino and Naruto sit down in the kitchen. She might as well apologize to the two of them. She wasn't really surprised that Naruto had told Ino the truth. They were married. It was his right to tell her what was going on. I'm sorry about that, Ino-chan. I was just having a bit of fun. Ino stared at her in disbelief. Fun, she repeated. Drinking is fun, partying with your friends is fun. What you did last night, that was far from fun. You're right, dear, she told her. I am sorry. I almost can't believe you. But, then again, it is you. Mrs. Yamanaka sipped her tea. Ino stared wide-eyed at her, waiting for some type of reaction. She knew that her mother wouldn't let her have the last words in. Well, despite my actions, you two had fun, didn't you? Now, when can I expect my grandchild? Naruto kept quiet, while Ino fell out of her seat. She hit the floor hard. Ino-chan, are you okay? He asked. No, I'm not okay. Mom, you've really got to lay off the grandchild thing. Besides, how do you know if Naruto and I even had? We could have been faking, just like you did. That was certainly a valid point. Naruto and Ino could have faked every single thing that went on. How did she know if it really happened or not? She had no real proof, other than the shouts and moans. Which could have easily been a sham. No, Ino's mother decided. You can't fake what I heard last night. And I should know. The older blonde said proudly. Unless, Naruto-kun isn't very good at his job. If so, I can recommend. No. Naruto immediately cut her off. That won't be necessary. Oh, she nodded. Okay then, as long as you are sure. The last thing he wanted was to have his mother-in-law dictating what he should be doing in bed. Naruto didn't want to brag, but he was completely confident in his abilities. He knew he had to be good, just by the sounds of Ino's screams, and when he had always brought her to orgasm. What are you thinking, Naruto-kun? Mrs. Yamanaka asked. I'm thinking that I'm the best Ino-chan has ever had. Ino noticed the somewhat dazed look in his eyes. His mind had either gone blank, or he was thinking thoughts of a UAL nature. Somehow she got the feeling that it was the second one. Naruto started. Are you thinking about some dirty, kinky, sort of thing? I wonder, what was going through your mind last night, when you heard those terrible words coming out of my mouth? Mrs. Yamanaka had her intense gaze focused on her son-in-law. Naruto wasn't sure what she was trying to do. But if she was trying to scare him, it was working. Mom, what in all hell is your problem? Sorry, dear. I was just trying to get into Naruto's head. I wanted to see if he had the right Yamanaka woman. You know I am older, I have much more. She paused. Experience. She smiled. Naruto's eyes turned white, and his mouth looked like it would hit the floor. This was the craziest thing that Ino's mother had ever said to him. Sure, she had flirted with him in the past. But he was positive that she had only been kidding. Right now it seemed like she was just asking to sleep with him. Mrs. Yamanaka. He managed to ask. Mother. Ino screamed. I don't know what's your point in playing these ridiculous games, but Naruto and I will have no part of this. Come on baby, let's go. Oh, and I am so not speaking to you again. Ino told her. Good. This is good. Now that you're all fired up. Go home, and make crazy, passionate love to your husband. And get busy on my grandchild. Ino groaned in frustration. Without saying another word, she pulled Naruto up from his seat, and the couple left her parents' house. Ino couldn't believe the nerve of her mother. She went through all of that, just to get her so fired up, that she and Naruto would go home and like animals. She is the worst. I can't believe her. Ino-chan. Yeah, what is it? I'm scared, he admitted. Your mother scares me. She hugged him, wrapping her arms around him in a tight embrace. I know, she whispered. She scares me too, and she's my mother. Come on, let's go. Don't worry, we won't have to talk to her for a while. I'm definitely not speaking to her after what she did to you. Naruto was pretty sure that he was scarred for life, after that little ordeal. The walk home was silent. The couple did not speak to one another. Naruto was still pretty much speechless. Ino felt that she could utter no words. What could she possibly say to make him feel better? Oh, I'm sorry, baby, but you know how my mother likes to kid around. No, that simply would not do. There wasn't anything that she could say to him, knowing this made her feel bad. I'm really sorry about this, Naruto. She thought to herself. Her mother did always like to play the occasional joke. Only this time Ino felt that she had taken it way too far. She wasn't sure how Naruto was going to recover after this. Once at home, the couple sat in completely different rooms. Naruto was in the living room, and Ino was in the bedroom. It was as if neither one of them could face each other right now. Ino decided that maybe he simply needed some time alone for a while. Damn mother, she thought. Why the hell does she find it necessary to play these silly little games? The platinum blonde ended up going to sleep with her arms around her pillow. It was the only source of comfort that she had at this moment, seeing as how her husband wasn't by her side. Naruto stood in the doorway, watching while she slept. He sat down besides her. He pushed the hair out of her eyes. The whisker-faced male bent down, placing a kiss on her forehead. I love you, Ino-chan, even if your mother is a creep. With that being said, Naruto left the house to be alone. He needed this time to think. He soon found himself at Ichiraku's. So naturally he grabbed a bowl of ramen. The young man slurped his noodles in a somewhat hesitant manner. Even Tuki knew that something had to be bothering him. He knew for a fact that Naruto would be on his third or fourth bowl by now. Naruto, are you okay? Yeah, Tuki-san. He nodded. Then how come I don't believe you? It's just some family problems. He admitted truthfully. Oh, I see. Well, Ino-chan is okay, isn't she? Yeah, she's fine. It's her mother. Here, Tuki-san. He handed him the money for his bill. From there, Naruto walked around the village. He really didn't have any goal in particular. Realizing this, he sat down at the bench. Hey, Naruto, what's up? Why do you look so far away right now? He looked up to see his pink-haired friend. Hi, Sakura-chan. I'm fine. No, you're not. She noticed. We're friends. I know you. So are you going to tell me what's going on? She sat down besides her friend. She waited for Naruto to start talking. You won't believe what Ino's mother did this time. Naruto then went into details about the earlier events of today. Sakura did her best to not laugh the whole time he was talking. And that's what happened. From there, Sakura could not contain her laughter. She busted out laughing. Naruto raised an eyebrow to her in suspicion. Sakura-chan, why are you laughing? Come on, Naruto, she was only playing with you. Granted, it was probably uncalled for, but I can just imagine the look on your face. You must have been scared shitless. Hell yeah. Naruto nodded. Sakura put her hand to the blonde's shoulder. It's okay, Naruto. Ino's mother is, well, you know how she is. I guess you guys should cool down, and then go to talk with her. Oh no. He shook his head. I'm not going anywhere near that crazy woman. What if she tries to rape me or something? He started to panic. Sakura laughed again. Naruto looked funny with that scared expression on his face. Naruto, calm down. I can't. How would you feel if you had a crazy mother-in-law who wanted to sleep with you? Naruto. Naruto. She pulled his face towards hers. They were now staring into each other's eyes. Naruto, The blue-eyed male blinked in confusion. Sakura then pressed her lips to his. Naruto's eyes widened in shock at this sudden kiss. Before he could stop it, he found himself giving in and returning her kiss. She placed her arms around his waist, deepening their kiss. It then hit Naruto. He was a married man. No. Stop, Sakura-chan. He pulled away from her. Oh, Naruto, I'm sorry. I didn't. She cursed. It's okay, Sakura-chan, it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. Yeah, Naruto rose from the bench. He turned to give his friend a smile. It's no big deal. I know that it didn't mean anything. Well, what if it did? She thought. Listen, I'm going to go home. Ino-chan is probably worried. See ya around. Right. Bye. Naruto didn't look back. He kept walking, clearly in a hurry to get home. He should have never kissed the pink-haired woman back. She was his friend, more importantly, she was his wife's best friend. That shouldn't have happened. That will never happen again. When he got home, he was greeted by the sounds of Ino in the kitchen. Hey, sweetie, you're home. I'll make you a plate. No, Ino-chan, I'm not hungry. I had a bowl of ramen. Oh, she nodded. Well, I'll just leave it in the oven for you. Ino finished up what she was doing and exited the kitchen. Naruto was busy with his back turned to her. Ino wasn't completely sure, yet it felt like there was something not right. Naruto, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. He lied. The spiky-headed blonde sat down on the couch. He kicked his shoes off and removed his jacket. Ino stood staring at him for a moment. She felt that it was time to start telling him about her plan. She was able to do a lot of thinking when he was gone. Naruto, I've been thinking. Huh, what about? We've dealt with a lot over the years. And I really don't want what happened earlier to affect us permanently. It's why I think that we should take some counseling. Naruto looked up and met Ino's gaze. He stood up, walking over to her. He almost couldn't believe her words. Why the hell did they need the counseling? Her mother was the one that was ed up. Ino-chan, it'll be good for us, I promise. She then hugged him. Ino paused when she caught the scent of perfume. Naruto immediately pulled away from her. Okay, fine, good. I'm sorry about my mother too, That's okay, Ino-chan. He cut her off. I'm going to go take a nap or something. Ino watched as Naruto went to their bedroom. She flinched as she heard the door close. Only, that was the farthest thing from her mind right now. She had a bigger question on her mind. Why did I smell perfume just now? That night in bed, the couple had their backs turned to one another. Ino stared into the darkness. She and Naruto had not spoken a word since he had come back home. Things felt very awkward between them. Normally, Naruto would have his arms wrapped around her. He would hold her close to him. She should be feeling the rise and fall of his chest. She should be hearing the sounds of his breathing. She wanted to feel his arms wrapped around her waist. But not this time. Things were different this time. A sad sigh escaped her. On top of everything, she couldn't help but think about earlier. Why had she smelled perfume? Where did he go earlier? Ino knew that he wasn't the type to cheat on her. She didn't want to think the worst. Only right now, she really didn't know what to think. I'm probably just thinking too much. It's nothing, I'm sure. Naruto had his eyes closed, although he wasn't asleep. The only thing he could think about was that kiss with Sakura. Years ago, he would have loved it if she had kissed him. Right now, at this moment, the kiss was completely uncalled for. He was a married man. He was no longer single. If he was, then the kiss would have been okay. He wondered just why had the pink-haired female kissed him. What were her reasons? As far as he had known, Sakura had never shown any romantic interest in him. Why did Sakura-chan kiss me? He wondered. He opened his eyes when he heard movements. It was Ino. She was getting up from the bed. The platinum blonde walked over to the door. Where are you going, Ino-chan? He wondered. To the kitchen. She answered. I'm thirsty. She entered the kitchen and poured herself a glass of water. For once in her life, she wasn't in the mood for sake. She felt that now simply wasn't the time for any. The blue-eyed female sat down on the couch. She tied her hair back into a ponytail, to keep it from falling into her eyes. A sigh escaped her. She didn't have the heart to go back into the bedroom. She decided that she would sleep out here tonight. Just as she was closing her eyes, she heard a knock at the door. It caused her to sit up. She yawned and looked at the clock. It was nearly 4 in the morning. What the? She thought. Ino got up and walked to the door. Who the hell is it? Mom, if that's you. I swear to God, I'm not your mother, open up, Ino. The voice on the other side of the door spoke. Ino was more than surprised to come face to face with Tamari. The older blonde looked pissed. She wasn't really surprised to see Tamari angry though. Tamari-chan, what brings you by at 4 in the morning, no less? Yeah, I'm sorry about dropping by like this. But I was wondering if I could crash here tonight. Ino opened the door wider, allowing the green-eyed girl to come in. Tamari sat down on the couch and Ino offered to make some tea. In the back of her mind she wondered why Tamari seemed so upset. Also, why the hell did she feel the need to come over here? It was really late. Sure, she and Tamari had become good friends over the years. But it was late right now. Here you go. She handed Tamari some tea. Thanks. So, what's wrong? Oh, I got into another argument with the lazy bastard again. Ino nodded in understanding. What did Shika do this time? Tamari took a sip of her tea. She didn't feel like getting into details at this time. All Ino needed to know was that it was an argument. We just got into a heated argument like always. So, you don't mind if I stay here the night, do you? Despite what time it was, Tamari was a friend. Ino did, however, hate when Shikamaru and Tamari argued. She always felt like she was placed in the middle of it. After all, she was good friends with both of them. She didn't want to have to choose sides. Ino turned to her friend, then smiled. Sure, you can stay. It's no trouble at all. I would give you the guest room, but... A look of slight disgust appeared on the green-eyed woman's face. She didn't even want to think about the things that those two did in that room. What? Did you and Naruto get a little crazed, and now there are cum shots everywhere? Tamari was almost afraid of what the answer would be. No, Tem, that's not at all. There are fresh sheets on the bed. It's just... She was about to tell her the details of what her mother did. Then, what's the problem? Nothing. She spoke quickly. Good. Now I'm going to go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Night. Tamari yawned. Night. Ino called out to her. Oh, the guest room is further down the hall, you remember, right? I just wouldn't want you getting into bed with my husband. Ino laughed. Tamari smirked. No worries here. I'm not into loud, overbearing blondes. Ino quickly stopped laughing. She regained her composure. No one insulted her man, no one. She had to stand up for him. Oh yeah, well, you can just imagine the many tricks he can do with that mouth of his. Tamari just rolled her eyes at her comment. She wouldn't admit it, but she was a bit envious of the fact that Ino could get Naruto to go down on her. Shikamaru was so lazy that it was a constant struggle to get things done in the bedroom. Shut up, Ino, and get to bed. She let out a laugh. Fine. Good night, Tamari-chan. Ino waited a few more moments before heading back into her own bedroom. She quietly got under the covers. The blue-eyed female turned her attention over to Naruto once more. The sound of light snoring told her that he was indeed asleep. She knew that he wouldn't mind Tamari staying over the night. Yet, it probably would have been better if she had told him first. It was pointless now, since he was sleeping. She didn't want to wake him up. She didn't get to sleep right away. Her mind was completely plagued with thoughts. Was Naruto secretly cheating on her? Who had he been with earlier? No. Ino shook her head. He wouldn't. I was probably only imagining things. The blonde soon found herself in a dream. Ino's dream. The platinum blonde found herself standing in an empty apartment. She was all alone in this huge, empty space. She noticed that nearly all of Naruto's things were gone. What's going on? She turned around when she heard some noise. She came face to face with her husband. He had a somewhat distant expression on his face. He looked at her, and they stared at each other for a moment. Ino tried to read him. She tried to see what he was thinking. His eyes was so blank and emotionless. Naruto, what's going on? Why are all your things gone? He ignored her. The blue-eyed male walked past her. She grabbed a hold of his arm. She had to stop him from walking away. I'm talking to you. Don't walk away from me. He turned to face his wife. Let me go. He spoke calmly. No. Ino, get your damn hands off of me. She blinked in confusion. Naruto wouldn't talk to her this way. She couldn't understand why now he would choose to take this tone with her. He had never done it before. Naruto, I don't understand. What's wrong? Nothing is wrong. I just want to get my things, so that I can go. Why do you want to go? To put it simply, I'm leaving to get away from you. I had enough of you. I'm finished with you, Ino. You mean absolutely nothing to me. Naruto. She went wide-eyed. She hadn't expected those words to come out of his mouth. He had never spoken to her like this before. His voice filled with such disgust and venom. She backed away from him in shock. Naruto. She repeated. Yeah, why are you calling my name so much? I don't think I want to even hear your voice anymore. Like I said, I'm done with you. Goodbye, Ino. No, don't leave me. Goodbye, he repeated. I want nothing to do with you. No, Naruto, please. She begged. She tried to run to him. She wanted to stop him from leaving. Ino wanted him to understand how much she loved him. She didn't wish to be without him. She was committed to their life together. There was no way that she would ever want him to leave. Naruto, baby, please. I'm begging you. She grabbed a hold of his arm. Naruto stiffened at her touch. He suddenly pushed her away from him. Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me again, goodbye. The platinum blonde felt the tears fall down her eyes. She could do nothing to stop her husband from leaving her. Ino fell down to her knees. Her face stained with her tears. Why didn't she try harder? How come she couldn't stop him from leaving? Naruto, don't leave me. She screamed. Naruto, don't leave me. No. Ino awoke with a start. She sat up in bed, her heart pounding through her chest. Her breathing was erratic and heavy. She felt that she had been crying. A hand reached out and touched her shoulder. Ino-chan, what's wrong? Naruto, you're here, right? You didn't leave me. No. He wrapped his arms around her. I didn't go anywhere, you were just dreaming. Calm down. She wrapped her arms around his waist, pulling him closer to her. Naruto, don't ever leave me. I don't want you to leave me alone. The blue-eyed male blinked in confusion. Ino was really freaking out. He was positive that he had never seen her like this before. Seeing this only made him hug her tighter. He could tell that she needed this comfort. Ino. He started. No. She shook her head. Please, don't ever leave me. Promise me that you won't. I promise. He kissed her cheek. The young man stroked her head in a loving manner. He was doing his best to ease her fears. Ino tried to go back to sleep. Okay. Naruto, no matter what, I want you to know that I love you. I love you too, now get some rest. She nodded and closed her eyes. Instantly she fell back asleep. She was tired from the stress of that dream. It had felt real to her. It felt as if it was actually happening. The only thing that she knew was that she didn't want that to occur in real life. She would do anything to keep that from happening. I can't let that happen. I won't let it. No matter what, I can't ever let that happen. Hours later, Naruto was awoken by the sun peering through the windows. A pair of cerulean blue orbs scanned the room. He then turned his attention to the sleeping woman next to him. Ino seemed to be resting more comfortably. The whisker-faced man rose from bed and exited the room. He was wearing nothing but his boxers. He stood in the living room for a moment. Naruto yawned and stretched his muscles. Uzumaki, pants right now. He heard a familiar voice. What the? He looked to see Tamari sitting at the table. She was drinking a cup of coffee. Was it possible that he was still in bed dreaming? She certainly looked real enough. Only right now he wasn't completely sure. Tamari-chan, what the hell are you doing in my house? Very nice, Naruto. That is exactly the right words to say to a guest. Oh, Ino must have invited you over or something. Sorry, I'll go put on some pants. Unless you would rather see me like this. He teased. The green-eyed woman narrowed her eyes in a death glare. She was about 10 seconds away from kicking his. She was aware that the blue-eyed male was only kidding. Besides, it was much too early to kick anyone's. Shut up, and go get some pants. Yes, ma'am. He grinned. He went back into the bedroom to grab some pants. He quickly noticed that Ino was not in bed anymore. The sound of the water running let him know exactly where she was. Naruto joined Tamari back out in the living room. So, what's new, Tamari-chan? Nothing much. Same old, same old. I'm sorry about coming over like this. I should have probably called first. It's okay. He yawned. Ino-chan and I don't mind. You had a fight with that lazy again, huh? Yes. She nodded. That obvious, huh? Yeah. You guys always seem to get into something. Tamari sneered at his comment. How dare that blonde bastard say that? She knew no other couple that argued like Naruto and Ino. Those two blondes seemed to butt heads frequently. Yes, there was surely no other couple quite like those two. Yeah, right. Like you and Ino don't argue. You two are always at each other's throats. That's not true. Ino and I. We. Unknowing to the two of them, Ino had been listening into their conversation. Ino and I. He started again. We're okay. Okay. He thinks that we're just okay. That can't be good. The platinum blonde entered the room. Hey Tem, Naruto. Good morning. Morning. They both replied. Ino walked into the kitchen. She made herself some tea. Are you guys hungry? I can make some breakfast. No, thanks, I'm okay. Yeah, thank you though, Ino-chan. Naruto spoke. Alright then. Ino sat down beside her friend and husband. Things were pretty quiet for a while. It was then that Ino remembered something. Naruto, we have our first session today. Naruto nearly spit out the tea he was drinking. He had almost forgotten about that whole counseling thing. Why couldn't she forget about it too? Oh shit, I forgot. Session? Tamari questioned. Yeah, Naruto and I are going to take some counseling. It can only help us. Yeah, Tamari nodded. You guys certainly need it. She teased. Ino playfully hit her friend in the shoulder. Shut up, Tem. I was only kidding. Anyway, I better go. Thanks for letting me crash here. No problem. Naruto nodded. Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. I'll see you around, Tamari-chan. Oh, and try not to fight with Shika so much, okay? Whatever. Tamari waved and left their house. The couple was now alone. Ino went back into the kitchen. She didn't know about Naruto, but right now she was starving. Naruto soon came up behind her. He put his arms around her waist. Hey, Ino-chan, are you okay? Huh, yeah, I'm fine. You were a little upset earlier. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay, you know. She nodded in understanding. That dream had left her pretty shaken up. She wasn't sure where the hell that dream came from. However, she knew that it had really worried her. I'm okay now. It was only a really bad dream, I know that. Do you want to talk about it? He wondered. Ino quickly finished up her cooking. She turned around and held the plate out to Naruto. Naruto, taste this. Is it good? The blonde male took a bit for her. It was fine. He didn't understand why she would even ask that. Yeah, it's fine. Why? I don't know. I just wasn't sure if I was cooking right, you know. She sat down at the table, taking her food with her. Naruto could only wonder why she was acting so strange. Ino-chan, do you want to tell me what that nightmare was about? No, not really. She attempted to eat the food on her plate. She found herself unable to. Naruto stared at her with worried eyes. He put his arms around her and kissed her cheek. Ino-chan, please talk to me. I want to help if I can. You can't, she said in a sad tone. No matter what you say, I won't feel any better. Naruto frowned at this. He suddenly picked her up. He set her down on the kitchen counter. They were now facing each other. He placed his arms around her waist. Ino, look at me. She slowly looked up to meet her husband's concerned gaze. He pushed her blonde locks out of her face. Talk to me. Naruto, it was terrible. It was just terrible. It was the worst dream that I ever had in my life. You left me. She felt the tears threatening to come down. Ino, you sounded like you hated me. I don't know what I did either. You just didn't want anything to do with me. She was now crying. I tried to stop you from going, but you wouldn't listen to me. I never want you to leave. I love you. She told him. Naruto lowered his mouth to hers. He captured her lips in a soft, sweet kiss. It was a moment before she returned his kiss. When they broke away, he wiped her tears from her eyes. Ino, if I didn't love you too, I would have never married you. She nodded sadly. She placed her arms around his neck, her face now leaning into his chest. I know that, but she was cut off when he pressed his lips to hers again. Their kiss started off slow and sensual. Before long, it grew much more heated and passionate. Naruto soon turned his attention to her neck. He began placing soft, tender kisses on her neck and around her jawline. With his hand, he stroked her cheek. Naruto pulled down the straps of her top. He unclipped her bra, releasing her S-form their shielded prison. He lowered his mouth to the right one. Naruto began to tease the budding nipple with his mouth. Ino let out a moan. It was no secret that he was very good with his mouth. His tongue lightly flicked across her nipple in soft, circular motions. He went up and down, and around it. With his other hand he massaged her left, toying with the nipple. He twirled it around with his finger. Naruto continued his little game with her. Ino felt herself getting wetter by the second. She closed her legs at the sudden sensation. The blonde male noticed this. He gently spread her legs apart. He was now standing in between them. What's the matter, Ino-koi? He placed a hand down into her underwear. He immediately felt the moistness. It was definitely turning him on. You're already so wet. He smiled. Naruto kissed her lips. Perfect for me to slip right in, huh? He grinned seductively. As much as Ino was being turned on, she had to think with her mind, not her body. She let out another moan, while trying to get away from him. Naruto, we can't. Why not? He wondered. We're going to be late. He kissed her neck again, causing her to lose her train of thought. We can just stay home and have all day. I know that you would like that, right, Ino-chan? He whispered her name in a seductive voice. No, she breathed. We can't. I hear what you're saying, Ino. But your body is telling me otherwise. He tried to remove her underwear. Ino placed her hands over his. He stared at her. Naruto, as much as I want you right now, we really can't. I don't want to be late for our first session. Okay. He sighed. Let's get ready then. Naruto let her go. She got off of the counter and went to get ready as well. The couple dressed in silence. It was like their earlier encounter had never happened. Naruto wasn't about to admit it, but he was actually kind of nervous. He wondered what would happen during their first session. Not knowing what he was about to get into concerned him. Hey Ino-chan, do you know who our counselor is? Nope. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman. We'll find out soon, I guess. The married couple left their home, and to their very first counseling session. They walked hand in hand. Ino wasn't sure if they were doing this for appearances or not. If they showed up holding hands, it would look like they were the perfect, happy couple. Naruto, do you think we're okay? Ino-chan, we almost had some wild, hot this morning. I think that we're okay. He told her. That's not. She stopped when she noticed her pink-haired best friend. Sakura was on her way home with some groceries. Hey Sakura, she called out to her. She continued walking. She obviously hadn't heard Ino calling out to her. Ino frowned slightly. Oh, well, I guess she didn't hear me. Come on Naruto, let's go. Naruto stole one last look at Sakura. He somehow doubted that Sakura hadn't heard here. She was probably avoiding the platinum blonde, due to the fact that she had kissed him yesterday. Naruto, are you coming? Hi, Ino-chan. He followed behind her, and they entered the building. State your business. A brown-haired female spoke in a bored tone. Ino's eyes widened as she noticed who was sitting at the receptionist desk. Tenten-chan. Huh. Tenten immediately looked up to meet Ino's gaze. Ino, Naruto, what are you doing here? Naruto started to laugh. The last time he had seen Tenten, she was in the Anbu. Now, here she was as a secretary. This was too funny. Talk about getting a demotion from high office. What the air you laughing about? You. He pointed. Why are you a secretary now? What did you do to get kicked out of the Anbu? Shut up. Tenten snapped. I'm just doing someone a favor. Why are you two here? We're here for our counseling session. It was now Tenten's turn to laugh. She laughed for a whole 2 minutes. The brunette was unable to control herself. Ino and Naruto just sighed heavily. Are you done laughing now? Yi. Yeah, go right in. You two need it. You're both crazy as hell. Whatever. They both said together. The couple went into a room in the back that said, marriage counseling. They had a seat and waited. It seemed like no one was coming. The chair was turned facing the window. Damn, it looks like we were stood up, huh, Ino-chan? Yeah, she agreed. Well, let's go home then, and finish what we had already started. He smiled. Not just yet. A voice spoke. The person in the chair turned around. Both Ino and Naruto's mouths opened wide. They couldn't believe that of all people, she was their counselor. What the? Ino spoke. Yeah, Tamari-chan. Why are you here? I work here, she said calmly. Ino shook her head in disbelief. She didn't want to share the intimate details of her marriage with her friend. She could only imagine what Tamari would think of them. Who am I kidding? She'd probably laugh at us or something. I bet that she would find this whole thing funny. Ino thought. You aren't. Ino started. Your counselor? Yes, Oh. Ino and Naruto cursed at the same time. Tamari only nodded. She knew that they would take the news this way. Tamari leaned back in her chair. A sigh escaped her. Okay. Who's ready to talk first? No way. Naruto started. We aren't telling you anything. You shouldn't even be allowed to be a counselor. Not with all the problems you have with Shikamaru. Who the hell are you to give good advice? Naruto. Ino spoke with her eyebrow raised. Even if it's true, you shouldn't actually say it. No offense to Mari-chan, Ino smiled. None taken. Suddenly the door to the office opened. A tall dark-haired woman appeared before them. Tamari, what are you doing in my chair? Hey. She laughed. Hey there Kurenai-san. I was only having a little fun with your patients. The two blondes sat dumbfounded. Tamari had only been playing a trick on them. Here, Ino was thinking that they had to share their personal details with the older blonde-haired woman. Kurenai sighed and retook her seat. Thank you Tamari. Now you should probably go. Right. She nodded. Bye Ino. Naruto have fun I guess. See ya. She waved. What do you mean Kurenai-sensei? You know why we're here for counseling. Kurenai got up to close the door. This was a private session of course. She retook her seat. Kurenai-sensei. I didn't know that you were a counselor. Yes. I do this now that I am not taking on any genin teams anymore. So Ino, Naruto why are you guys here today? She asked them. Yes of course. She nodded. I mean what reasons are you two here? We need to get to the bottom of things, before we can actually solve the problem. Ino started. I just felt like we could use the counseling. I mean, it can't hurt us right? Besides, we're not perfect. I think that this will ultimately make us stronger. Naruto stared at his wife for a moment. There was something in her tone of voice that made him believe in her words. He almost felt like they could accomplish anything. Yes, that's certainly a good way to look at things. I like that you're thinking positively. Right now, I would like to focus on some of the issues at hand. Who would like to go first? Ino and Naruto exchanged looks. Neither one of them was sure on who should speak first. Naruto wasn't really completely sure why they were here in the first place. The platinum blonde eventually started things off. Well, I really don't think Naruto and I are as bad as some couples. Sure we have our fights. Fights? Kurenai looked up. These fights, how often do you guys have them? Naruto smiled. If it helps we haven't really argued in a long time. What usually goes on during these arguments? I usually ignore him for a few days. No. Kurenai interrupted. You shouldn't ignore a problem. When you are faced with an issue, you deal with it accordingly. Never pretend that it doesn't exist. That's the worst thing that you can do. Not wanting to argue with the red-eyed woman, the couple nodded. It was way too early to get on Kurenai's bad side. After all, she was their counselor. They needed to keep things completely civil. We don't always talk about things. Ino admitted. Ino, Naruto is your partner. If you can't be completely honest with him, then who can you be honest with? Naruto, the same goes for you. You have to trust each other enough to tell each other everything. Naruto swallowed the lump of fear in his throat. There was something that he was indeed keeping from Ino. It was the fact that Sakura had kissed him. No matter what Kurenai said, he wasn't about to tell his wife about that. He didn't even want to think about how upset she would be. With that being said, is there anything that you two are keeping from each other? Ino started. Nope. Everything is good in that department. Naruto said in a nervous tone. Kurenai raised an eyebrow to him in suspicion, only she chose to ignore it. Ino was suddenly quiet for some reason. The red-eyed woman came to a conclusion. I wonder if they are both keeping something from each other. Don't worry. It's only our first session. We won't get into too many details. The couple breathed a sigh of relief. They didn't really feel too comfortable sharing everything just yet. I feel like the incident with my mother changed things for us. Kurenai looked up from the picture that she was drawing. Problems with the mother-in-law. This could be interesting, she thought. Incident you say? What incident? My mother. She's a real piece of work. I know. Kurenai nodded. I've met her. She's a little promiscuous. Ino could only sigh. It looked like her mother was well known around Konoha. This was definitely not a good thing. Ino felt completely embarrassed. Yeah, well, my mother was up to her usual antics. She was hitting on Naruto. To make a long story short, she was trying to make Naruto believe that she wanted to sleep with him. Kurenai coughed loudly. She couldn't say that she was surprised. Mrs. Yamanaka was a strange one. She was also very outspoken. So any and everything came out of her mouth. Why would your mother do a thing like that? She wanted us to go home and have. She wants grandchildren. She reminds me about it every time I see her. It's like a never-ending story with her. The red-eyed woman took notice to Ino's tone of voice. There was a certain hesitation there. Do you want children, Ino? It sort of sounds as if you don't want any children. It also seems like your mother plays an interference in your relationship with Naruto. Ino felt Naruto's gaze. He was probably waiting for her answer. Well, you're right about my mom, that's for sure. She's always an interference. I mean, just the other day, she pretended to have in my house just to tick me off. Kurenai could only stare at Ino with a sympathetic gaze. It must be very challenging to have a mother like that. Kurenai thanked God that her mother wasn't like that. As far as children, she started. I really don't know anymore. Naruto's eyes widened at Ino's words. She didn't know if she wanted any children. They had been married for nearly 3 years, and this was the first time that he was hearing this. Ino-chan, he whispered sadly. I'm sorry, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. But we're going to have to continue this during our next session. I want you both to make a list of anything you might want to discuss next time. Also, try communicating with each other, without arguing, I might add. I'll see you both next time. Bye, Kurenai-sensei. They said together. They walk back home was a silent one. Naruto walked ahead of her. All Ino could do was watch him. He was most likely upset about what she said. She knew that this was something that she couldn't take back. Counseling was supposed to help them. She couldn't stand it if he was angry with her. Kurenai had asked her a question, so she had to give her an answer. Ino felt that in this case, she probably should have lied. The two blondes entered their home. Naruto locked the door behind her. A sigh escaped him. Ino-chan, I think that we should talk. Okay, she agreed. Naruto, I'm sorry. She apologized. Naruto sat down on the couch. He pushed his hair back with his hands. He then looked up to meet Ino's gaze. Don't be sorry, just talk to me. I didn't know that you didn't want any kids. Ino sat down as well. She was sitting in the chair at the kitchen table. I never said that I didn't want any kids. You're just not sure. Yeah, I never meant to hurt you or anything like that. Ino knew that Naruto had always wanted a family. He had never gotten the chance to know his family. It was why she knew for a fact that he had wanted a family of his own one day. You could have told me this before, you know. I wasn't sure how. You and I never really discussed children. Not really, anyway. Naruto knew that Ino had a point. He had just always assumed that one day they would have children. But she was right. They didn't really discuss the topic of children thoroughly. I know, but if you knew that you didn't want children, you should have told me anyway. Ino folded her arms. She wasn't sure what to say to him at first. She turned her attention elsewhere for a moment. I don't know what else to say to you, other than I'm sorry. I can't think of anything else. I'm going to go out for a bit. You're leaving. Ino, you can't leave now. We're in the middle of something. I know what Kurenai-sensei said to us. I want to leave before we both say something that we regret. I don't want to hurt your feelings any more than I already have. Ino walked over to the door and opened it. Where are you going to go anyway? He wondered. To Sakura's. With that being said, she was gone. Naruto was now standing up. There was a look of slight panic on his face. Ino could think of no other place to go. She wasn't about to go to her mother's. She really didn't see the point in bugging Shikamaru right now. There was always Tamari, but she didn't see the point in that one either. Sakura was her only choice at the moment. Oi, Ino, why are you in such a hurry? A male voice was heard. She turned around to see Choji. He was eating his usual bag of chips. Hey there, Choji. What's going on? I just got back from a mission. You look a little upset. Is everything okay? She couldn't lie to Choji. He was another good friend of hers. She saw him in the same way that she had seen Shikamaru. I sort of got into an argument with Naruto. Oh boy. Choji laughed. What did you two fight about this time? Ino frowned, and resisted the urge to smack the brown-haired male upside the head. Shut up, she snapped. We don't always fight, but this time I really think I hurt his feelings with what I said. Right now I don't know how to make it up to him. Choji could see that Ino was feeling pretty down. He hated to see any of his friends upset. He stopped eating his chips, and focused his full attention onto her. Ino, don't worry. You and Naruto will be okay. You guys just fit. After you both cooled down, try talking to him again, okay? It'll work itself out. Ino smiled for her friend. She did feel a little better now. Thanks a lot, Choji. I'm going to go see Sakura now. Take care, okay? I will. See ya. Bye. She waved. The friends then went their separate ways. Ino continued on her way to see Sakura. She hoped that the pink-haired female had some advice for her. Deep down she knew that the person she really needed to speak with was her husband. She and Naruto needed to talk. She should have stayed to talk to him. She only left because she didn't want to argue with him. She didn't want them both to say things that they would end up regretting. But Ino knew that when she did return home, they would have to talk. Meanwhile at home, Naruto was pacing back and forth. Ino said that she was going to go to Sakura's. There was every chance that she would tell Ino about their kiss. That definitely wasn't a good thing, especially since he hadn't told her about it himself. After a while the blonde stopped pacing. No way. Sakura-chan is not stupid. She's not going to tell Ino about the kiss. At least he hoped that she wouldn't. Sakura was supposed to be a bright young woman. She wouldn't want to suffer the wrath of a very pissed off Ino. Naruto, feeling that he was safe for the moment, sat down. Yeah, I should be okay. Ino doesn't have to know about the kiss. And no one has to get hurt, and when I say no one I mean me. Ino finally arrived at her best friend's house. She knocked on the door. There was no response. Oh great. Where the hell is she now? Ino stood there tapping her foot against the ground. It seemed that every time she needed to talk to Sakura, she was nowhere to be found. It was that or the pink-haired woman was busy. Forehead, where the hell are you when I need you? The platinum blonde knocked on the door again. This time the sounds of people talking caught her attention. She paused to listen to them. No, you're doing it all wrong. But Sakura, I'm doing it as fast as I can. Ino's eyes widened as she heard the male voice. What the hell was going on in there? Kiba quit complaining. You're a man, aren't you? So get over there and do what I ask. Ino then noticed that the door was slightly open. She came running through the door. Okay, what the is going on in here? Ino shouted. Both Kiba and Sakura turned around to see the platinum blonde. Ino pig, I thought I heard. She stopped when she saw that Kiba was only moving furniture for Sakura. Ino had been thinking on a totally different level. She thought that something kinky was going on, at least that was the way it had sounded to her. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that you guys were having or something. Kiba and Sakura looked completely disgusted. There was no way in hell that they would ever be together. There was simply no chemistry between them. No, I was just moving some furniture for her. Okay. Well, Kiba, can you please go? I need to talk to Sakura. No problem, I'm out of here. I'll see you two around. Bye. The brown-haired male spoke. Sakura couldn't help but wonder why Ino was here. Was it possible that Naruto had told her about the kiss? Sakura didn't want to panic, so she kept her cool. So what's going on, Ino? I needed someone to talk to. You don't mind, do you? No, of course not. Come on, sit. The two friends sat down at the kitchen table. Sakura offered to make some tea. Ino declined, saying that she would much rather have some coffee. Sakura had her back turned to Ino while she made them both some coffee. All the while in the back of her mind she was wondering if Ino knew. If she did know about the kiss, she was doing a great job of pretending that she didn't. Here's that coffee. Thanks, forehead. You're welcome, pig. Ino didn't drink her coffee right away. She only sat there stirring it. She looked a little out of it. Sakura immediately took notice to her behavior. Ino, is everything okay? Sort of. Well, I'm really not so sure right now. Sakura looked worried for her friend. Ino, what's going on? Naruto and I had our first counseling session today. Something was said that probably shouldn't have been said. The first thought that the pink-haired woman had was, why were they going to counseling? Sure, they had their issues. What couple didn't? But was it severe enough that they needed counseling for it? Why were you in counseling? I thought that it would be a good idea for us. No couple is perfect, you know. Yeah, but you guys aren't that bad. Well, after what I said today, I don't know how things are going to be now. Sakura put her hand to Ino's shoulder. The platinum blonde didn't even flinch. What did you say today? Kurenai-sensei asked me how I felt about having children. I said that I wasn't sure if I wanted them anymore. The pink-haired woman could see why she was so worried. Naruto had never had the opportunity to know his family. It was no secret that he wanted to have a family of his own one day. Oh, Ino. Yeah, I know. He was upset about it. He said that I should have told him about this before. And maybe he's right. I should have told him. The only reason I didn't was because I didn't want to hurt him. Sakura knew that her friend had good intentions. Yet, she still should have to him. He had a right to know this sort of information. This was something that could affect their marriage. The topic of children seemed to be a sensitive one for Ino. I know that Ino, but he needed to know this. Especially when you know that he wants children. Sakura, I didn't come here for you to lecture me on how I should have done things. I came here because I needed your advice. Well, I really don't know what I can say. I think this is something that the two of you need to work out. Sakura spoke honestly. Ino only nodded and finally took a sip of her coffee. A sigh escaped her. I also think that there's something that he's not telling me. Sakura gulped. She knew exactly what that something was. It became clear that maybe Ino had no idea about the kiss at all. You think that he's hiding something from you? There's just something on his mind. Something that he's choosing not to tell me. I can't really put my finger on it, you know. Naruto was at home asleep when he received a phone call. He almost didn't answer it. What if it was Ino calling to tell him that she knew all about the kiss? Was he about to become a dead man? That couldn't be it though. She would most likely confront him in person. Hello, Uzumaki residence. Naruto-kun, is Ino-chan around? Oh boy. He sighed. Hi, Mrs. Yamanaka. Hi there. Naruto, this is very important. Is Ino-chan home or not? He heard Mrs. Yamanaka's tone of voice. Something was clearly wrong with her. Naruto took a breath then spoke again. Mrs. Yamanaka, is everything alright? No, Inoichi is in the hospital. Could you please tell Ino-chan to come over here right away? Sure thing, Mrs. Yamanaka, we'll see you there. Naruto bid farewell to his mother-in-law. He knew that he had to go get his wife. She needed to know that her father was in the hospital. He put on his jacket and shoes. The blonde male ran out of the door, and headed to Sakura's house. He only hoped that she wasn't telling his wife about the kiss. Back at Sakura's, she was debating on whether she should come clean or not. Truthfully, Sakura wasn't completely sure why she had kissed Naruto. She knew that it was wrong. He was a married man, a man that was married to her best friend. Sakura, why are you so quiet? Ino wondered. I was just thinking. What do you think Naruto's keeping from you? I don't know, but there is something definitely going on. Sakura swallowed her coffee fast. She could feel her chest start to tighten. The guilt was beginning to take over. Ino. Yeah, say what you have to say already. I kissed Naruto the other day. Ino quickly looked over to her friend. She had a furious expression on her face. She stood up angrily. You did what? She screamed. I'm sorry. You're sorry. I'm going to kill you. How dare you put your lips on his? Ino pushed the table out of her way. She then grabbed Sakura by the neck. Ino, I can't breathe. I don't care you. Ino spoke through clenched teeth. I'll teach you to mess with someone that doesn't belong to you. Sakura. Earth to Sakura, where are you? Ino asked. The green-eyed woman instantly snapped out of her current daydream. After that, there was no way she was going to tell Ino the truth now. She imagined that she would really react that way. Ino only stared at her friend with wide eyes. She wondered what was going on with Sakura. It's nothing, I was only thinking. Yeah, I can see that. I'm sure that he isn't keeping anything from you. You're probably just imagining things. Ino shook her head no. She knew that she wasn't just imagining things. There was something going on. She could feel it. No, Sakura, I'm not imagining things. There's something wrong, I know it. There was a knock at Sakura's door. She opened the door and came face to face with Naruto. Naruto, what are you doing here? She was definitely surprised to see him. Hey Sakura-chan, is Ino here? Yeah, she is, come in. Naruto walked past the pink-haired woman. He entered the room to see his wife sitting there. She was drinking her coffee. Ino-chan. Naruto, what are you doing here? You have to come with me right now. Your father is in the hospital. As soon as those words left his mouth, Ino was up from her seat. He's in the hospital. Yeah. Naruto nodded. Come on, we have to go. Ino didn't wait another moment. She immediately left the house with Naruto and Sakura running after her. Naruto, is my father okay? I don't know. He admitted. Mrs. Yamanaka didn't tell me anything else. Ino-chan, wait up. He picked up his speed and hurried after her. Ino didn't stop walking until she reached the hospital. She noticed her mother sitting there. Mom, is he okay? Oh, Ino-chan, you're here. She ran over to hug her daughter. Ino returned the hug. She knew that her mother had to be worried about her father. Ino decided that she would put their previous argument to the side for now. All that mattered was her father's health. Mom, what happened to Daddy? He was injured during a mission. Ino nodded and then had a seat with her mother. Naruto stood there next to his wife. He wanted to be able to do something for her. Mrs. Yamanaka, Ino-chan, is there something I can do? He asked. Mrs. Yamanaka smiled for her son-in-law. She really appreciated his being here. You're here, Naruto-kun, that's all that matters. I just want to apologize for my behavior the other day. It's okay. Naruto nodded. I know that you were only kidding. Sakura walked over to the family. I'll go see if I can find out what's going on. Thanks, Sakura. Ino told her. Ino folded her hands into her lap in a nervous manner. Naruto put his hand to her shoulder. It'll be okay, Ino-chan. She nodded and forced a brave smile. Thank you, Naruto. Before long, a medic nin came over to everyone. He looked visibly worried. How is my husband? The older blonde-haired woman asked. Yeah, how is my father? Is he okay? No, I'm afraid not. Mr. Yamanaka has fallen into a coma. We don't know when he was going to wake up. Oh, my poor Inoichi-kun. May I please go in and sit with him? Sure, go right ahead. Mrs. Yamanaka went down the hall and into her husband's room. Ino excused herself from Naruto and Sakura. She walked down the hall to the window. She stood there with her shoulders slumped over. The platinum blonde could no longer control her tears. Why did this have to happen? She whispered. Hey Ino-chan. She turned around to see Naruto standing there. The blonde man stood there for a moment. He needed to think of a way to comfort his wife. She needed him right now. Naruto. Ino-chan. He walked over to her and hugged her. Ino slowly wrapped her arms around his shoulders. Ino, it'll be alright. Your father is a tough guy. He'll be back to his old self again. You don't know that, Naruto. You can't say that everything will be alright. Naruto pulled her away from her slightly. The couple was now staring at each other. He wiped her tears out of her eyes. Trust me, alright Ino-chan. He'll be fine. I want to believe you. I want to believe that everything will be alright. But it's just hard to. He then hugged her again. He knew of no other way to help her get through this. I'm going to go see my father. I'll be back, okay? Alright. He nodded. Naruto kissed her cheek and then watched her walk away. Moments later, Sakura came over to her blonde-haired friend. Naruto, I just found out that Mr. Yamanaka fell into a coma. How is Ino doing? Oh, you know. She's not doing too well. I mean, he's her father. Sakura nodded in understanding. She knew that Ino had to be pretty upset right now. Yeah, I can imagine. The two friends stood staring at each other. Both of them most likely thinking the same thing. Naruto, I know that this probably isn't the best time. But I should really apologize. Apologize. He repeated. Yeah, the kiss. It probably shouldn't have happened. I'm really sorry. That's okay, Sakura-chan. It wasn't a big deal. Do you think that Ino knows? Do you think that she knows and is just not saying anything about it? That was certainly a possibility. Ino could be waiting to spring the news on them that she already knew. Naruto. Sakura questioned. I don't know. He spoke honestly. If she does, she didn't tell me that she knew. Oh well. I'm not going to tell her, that's for sure. She's my wife, Sakura. I can't just lie to her. Naruto knew that eventually the truth would come out. He felt that if he told her the truth himself, it might soften blow a little. Naruto, I think right now it's best to not tell her. Look at what's going on with her father right now. Yeah, I know. But I don't want her angry at me because I lied to her. I'm sorry, but I have to tell her eventually. The two friends quieted down when they heard footsteps. It was none other than Mrs. Yamanaka. Oh, Sakura, one of the medical ninja was looking for you. Okay. Thanks, Mrs. Yamanaka. Sakura left Naruto and his mother-in-law alone. Naruto had a really uneasy feeling going through him. So do you want to tell me what's happening? Huh? What do you mean? Don't play games, Naruto-kun. What's going on with you and Sakura? What are you hiding from my daughter? She wanted to know. Oh shit. Naruto thought. Mrs. Yamanaka was good. How was she able to sense that something was up? Naruto started. Naruto, I know that you love my daughter. But if you're keeping something from her, it would be better to just tell her. Mrs. Yamanaka, she'll be pissed. Ah, so you are hiding something from her. And from the looks of things, it involves Sakura. Naruto could only nod. Yet he was not about to tell her exactly what was going on. Naruto-kun, you can be honest with me. You aren't having an affair with her, are you? What? No way. I would never cheat on Ino-chan. Never mind, I'm not the one that should be hearing this. Ino-chan is the one that you should be talking with. Mom, oh Naruto, we can go now. Mom, please call me if Dad wakes up. I will, honey, take care. Bye. She waved. Ino took Naruto's hand and they walked away together. Naruto looked back at his mother-in-law once more. She was right, he did have to tell Ino about the kiss. He didn't want to upset her, but she had a right to know. Naruto, thank you for being there when I needed you. Of course Ino-chan, where else would I be? The couple arrived home. The platinum blonde turned to face her husband. She gave him a sad sort of smile. Naruto stood there wondering what was on her mind. Naruto, let's talk, and no arguing, alright. Let's talk about what happened earlier. Okay. He agreed. The two blondes went into their room so they could talk. Ino sat down on her side of the bed, and Naruto sat down on his. They sat with their backs facing each other. Naruto. Yeah, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt your feelings. I know. He nodded. There was a moment of silence between the two of them. Naruto turned around to stare at her. Ino-chan, do you really not want any children? Ino closed her eyes, a single tear falling down her eyes. She then turned around to face her husband. Naruto, I never said that I didn't want children. I'm just not sure, but maybe we can talk about this. The blonde man laid down on the bed. He might as well be in a comfortable position. He motioned for Ino to come lay next to him. She moved over, resting her head on his chest. I won't pressure you, Ino-chan. He told her. I know, it's not that I don't love you. Or that I don't want children at all. It's just. She paused. It's a lot of things. Like what? He wondered. I guess that I'm just really nervous about becoming a mother. I don't think that I'm cut out for it. You'll be fine, Ino-chan, and it's not like you're alone. We'd be together. Naruto reminded her. Yeah, I know. Naruto, do you want a baby now? I mean, do you want to try for one? She wondered. Naruto was silent as he took time to find the answer to her question. Sure, he wanted children, but perhaps at this time they really weren't ready for them. It was still early in their marriage. They had plenty of time to have children. There was no reason to rush. Ino. He started. You do, don't you? Hey.